Club member of Madras Mylapore.
Respected Chief Guest of the evening, Thiru C. Subramaniam, former Governor of Maharashtra, Mr. Ananthakrishnan, Vice Chancellor of Anna University, Mr. P.T. Prabhakaran, District Governor nominee of Rotary District 3230, ladies and gentlemen, I take this privilege to welcome you all for the concluding session of an eventful program in the city, being the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the founding of United Nations. At the time of the founding of, when great leaders of the world met after the failure of the League of Nations and brought into existence the United Nations, the problem that was envisaged by those leaders for bringing about an organization which is the United Nations, and for what it was found is now totally different. Now the United Nations has spread its activities in every aspect of human life, not only with regard to the activities of the nations, but with regard to the activities of every human being. It has not only restricted itself to finding political solutions between two warring countries or disputing countries, but also with taking welfare activities by having subsidiary organizations like UNICEF, UN Commission for Refugees, etc. And the success of the UN, unlike the short-lived League of Nations, is because it has spread its activities. If it had confined itself to only for what purpose it was found originally, it could not have withstood the change of time. The basic essence of success is hence due to its diversification of activities. I wouldn't like to hold the floor for much longer time because a senior statesman is here before you this evening who will enlighten you much about the UN and its activities. But at this juncture, I would like to just only say what is being currently hotly sought for by the Indian government, which is backed by many countries of the world, as India is one of the most populous countries in the world with about 100 crore of population. It is emerging as one of the economically dynamic country in the world, and its roles and performance of leading the world, particularly the third world, and speaking on behalf of the underdeveloped cannot be stifled for a longer time, and its rightful claims and stakes for being made a member of the Security Council has got to be accepted by the United Nations. And I sincerely hope that the day is not long before India is made one of the full-fledged member of the Security Council. Thank you.
The report of the conference by Dr. A. Swaminathan.
U.N.50th Anniversary Conference Seminar conducted by the Institute of International Education Service, Madras. The 50th function started with the traditional glamorous dance by Sinduri at 10:30 in the morning. Following her performance, Mr. V.R.S.Sampath, the chairman of the Madras Educational Trust, welcomed the gathering. And following his welcoming address, the Central Minister, Honorable Minister for Rural Areas and Employment, Dr. Jagannath Mishra, gave a warm and a good address to the gatherings and spoke elaborately about the motive and intention of India's foreign policy. and the role of the UNO. And following him, United Nations International Children Emergency Fund Chief Director Tirumadi Kin Santi Lavin gave a good address to the audience. And Dr. Thiru Nikoli P. Butsky, Consul General, Russian Federation, and Thiru Yuki Kaku, Consul General of Japan, and Thiru R. Anbarasu, Member of Parliament. All the people, all the gave a good address to the audience. And following them, number of scholars from different parts of Tamil Nadu presented papers. Mrs. S. Badmasani Kannan, Planning and Development Officer, SRM Arts and Science College, Bharati Salai, Ramapuram, presented paper on United Nations and human rights. Dr. Mrs. Gauri Shivaraman, Lecturer, Department of English, Vaishnava College, spoke on United Nations and peacekeeping. Thiru E. Achyuta, student, Department of Mathematics, Vaishnava College, Arumbakam, spoke on United Nations and disarmament. Professor G. Ranganathan, Professor and Head of the Department of Economics, Pachapas College, spoke on the economy and the present policy of the UNO. And Faizer Rahman, Advocate, Supreme Court of Canada, Trustee, South India Education Trust, Dr. Gauri Shivaraman, and Muhammad Yusuf, Thiru K. Siva, Thiru Nurullah Sharif, all these people gave and presented papers on various subjects. Mr. Durai Murugan, former Minister of Tamil Nadu, spoke on the United Nations achievements. And following this, in the afternoon, Mr. R. Kannan, former UN official, occupied the chair, and the members also, some of the members also presented papers. Dr. A. Swaminathan, Professor of History, Dr. T. Johnson Sambath Kumar, Department of Politics, University of Madras, Mr. A. Nasir Ahmed, General Secretary, Madras Development Society, Thiru R. Venkata Subramanian, student, 2nd BSc Biochemistry from Tiruchengodu, Professor R. Vellachami, Head of the Department of Physics, Thiruvannamalai, Ms. Sucha Mol John, student, 1st year Bachelor of Tourism, Travel and Management, Mother Teresa Women's University, Kodaikanal, Ms. R. Subha, student, 1st year, Mother Teresa University, Kodaikanal, Mr. S. Rajkumar, faculty member, Tamil Development from Virugambakam, Dr. S. Raghupati, ESI Hospital, Ayanavaram, and Mr. Ravi Bharati. All these scholars presented papers on various subjects, and some of the audience also posed some questions which were well answered by the respective paper presenters. Thank you very much.